Okay, so now we're going to dive into our workshop. We're going to have time. So what we're going to do, so on Monday, you guys built cat book, right, with HTML and CSS and the likes. So today, we're going to build it in React. And it's going to be great. It's going to be super fun. You guys are going to have a great time. Okay, so, okay, they think I'm funny. That's all I really need in this life. Okay, so, before we start, let's take a look at what we might be seeing. So you go to weblab.to/profile. That's my profile. It looks exactly the same as your profile. I think it has my name though. Yeah, okay. So this is what we're building. Okay, now here's a really cool thing. Okay, super cool thing. Try clicking on the core key. Right? So is anyone there? You guys? Do you guys click on the core key? Oh, dude, it's awesome. Okay, so you can click on the core key and your cat happiness will glow. Who's there already? Is someone? Okay, good. Okay, so you can click on the core key, right, and your cat happiness will increase. Dude, I was so excited. Oh man. Sorry. Well, I was really excited when I coded that up, but you know, maybe that's just me. Okay, so now if you refresh, like the young man up there said, if you refresh, right, your cat happiness goes back to 0. Your state's reset. But then you can click it again and go back. Whatever. Okay. So now that you're done playing with your cat happiness, we're actually going to build this thing today. Okay, in the next hour. So let's yeet our way through. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up your terminal or whatever you've been using, right? If you have problems with this, by the way, please raise your hand if one of the staff members will help you. Okay, so we're going to be set hard. I'm going to check out Workshop 1 Starter. Okay.
By the way, open up, make sure you guys go into the cat book.
Oh yeah, go into the cat book repository first. Okay, so CD.
If you guys remember from yesterday, like when you cloned this workshop yesterday, just open up a directory there. If the git command doesn't work, raise your hand.
Yeah, we'll come on. Okay.
When we cloned it, it was in the desktop.
Next. Okay, so go to your desktop. And then check out the starter and we're going to npm install. And once you're done with that, I want you to look up so I kind of know where you are. Is anyone there yet? Raise your hand if you're there already. You checked out the workshop? Then we'll chill. Raise your hand if you need help. Okay, is anyone there now? Raise your hand if you're there already. Okay, alright, we'll chill. Don't worry. We're good. We're chilling. If you need help, please raise your hand. Please, someone's up there. Yeah, I think so. Wait, is it core one? Nick, there's someone up there. It's like this aspect. Is it just an error? There, try start. Four. Just. Is anyone still stuck? Please raise your hand if you're stuck. I'm raising my hand because I'm stuck. Sibi, there's one right there. Sibi, there's one below you. Okay. Court, up there. Okay, can you raise your hand if you have NPM installed or started the NPM install? Okay, about half of you guys have started it, looks like. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Check out takes you to
Alrighty, thumbs. Who's there? Thumbs up. Okay, most people. If you're not there, it's chill. We'll go slowly. There'll be a walk. It'll be great. All right. Okay. So first, and you can keep working on your Git checkout right now if you're still stuck on that. Don't worry, it's tough. Git's weird. Okay. Let's talk about the componentry. So here's what I came up with. You have some app, of course, right? Some app, and then you have a nav bar, right? And underneath nav bar, you have some profile component. So that profile component includes all the things, right? It includes like the static HTML divs that you guys did on the last time. And then we have one more component, the cat happiness component. Okay, that's the little box with the cat happiness in it. Okay, are we reasonably in agreement with this? So note, you could chunk them all into one component if you wanted. You could split them into 20. I don't really care. This is somewhere in between, right? So, you know, this is what I came up with. And this is how catbook is written, so we're going to use this. Okay, clear. Okay. So let's first take a peek at profile.js. So you guys open up your catbook React, file, like folder inside VS Code or Atom, wherever it is. Go under client/components/profile.js. Okay, so it should be under client. You guys can look up when you're there. Sweet. Nice.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yep. So go to the client folder, and then go to components, or it's components, right?
source components.
Oh, source components. All right. Pages, not components. Pages. Skip a few steps, but approximation. Okay, can you give me a thumbs up when they're there? Cool. Okay, so let's do that. Good. So now let's take a look at what this thing is doing. So first, look at the top. This looks a bit funky. What is that? Because in previous lectures and like the HTML and all those shenanigans, we did some like script tag, right? And then we did like the ref and all that stuff. Okay, React just doesn't like this. You just import. Makes your life a lot easier, right? So you type import, and then we're going to import our CSS. Okay, so this is the CSS that you guys saw last time. So profile.css is CSS file that we'll get into in a second. But on top here, we have import React, import component. And that just means import the React library. That's all it is. Okay? So we're basically just doing some ease of life imports here. That's all we're doing. And then if you look here, we have our class and our constructor. Okay? Cool. But what I really want you guys to focus on here is the render. So looks like a lot of code, right? Looks like a lot. But actually, it's just copy pasted from Workshop 0. So it's literally just mostly copy pasted from Workshop 0. Right? So I took Workshop 0 and I pretty much splatted it on this thing. And that's kind of what profile is, right? It's just render this stuff. So we haven't done cat happiness yet. Don't worry, it's not in here. Right? Eventually, we'll insert cat happiness into this render somehow. There is one small difference between this and when we learn in Workshop 0. Can anyone see it? You can see it, you get extra brownie points from instructor Alex. Nobody seems like motivated by that. Sad. Yeah, what do you see?
The IP for profile description.
Oh yeah. Profile. Oh, what is it in the original thing? Oh. You didn't use IDs. Oops, ignore that. Okay. There's one other thing. It's actually really nuanced. Yeah.
Class name instead of class.
Yeah, it's class name instead of class. It's class name instead of class. Now, why is that? Because in React, you already got a class right there. Okay, so you can't use class again. So they substitute it with class name. Mostly the difference. Okay, the profile ID is actually useless. Profile this ID is actually useless. I should not have included it. My bad. But yeah, so in React, when you're styling stuff, put class name. That's it. Okay, and then the same. Now, another difference here is this thing, right? You guys might notice that it looks a little bit different than the class, like the CSS names you guys had in Workshop 0. Okay, that's because in this class we're trying to enforce you guys to write good names. So all your CSS classes are going to be component name dash something. Okay, so before it was profile subtitle. Now I'm going to make it profile dash subtitle. Right, just so your life is easy. So every time you see a class, you're like, oh, this is supposed to go in the profile class, right? Make your life a little easier. Cool. Questions on this? So I've written this for you because it was a bunch of copy paste. So it's not interesting, and we don't do uninteresting things in this class. Yes, ma'am.
Right after that return line, it looks like a tag, but I don't see anything inside of it.
You're absolutely right. There's an empty tag there. Oh my goodness, how did I miss that? Okay, so that empty tag just means like create. Basically, React requires you to wrap everything in your return inside of like some tag, like a div or something else, right? That empty tag is just like pretend like I wrapped it, but don't actually wrap it. Okay. Otherwise, React will get mad at you. But this is what's called a React fragment. It's just like a chunk of HTML. But don't worry about it. In your React code, you can just put the two braces. Okay. It's up to you. Basically, what we need to do here is wrap our entire thing in one div. So it's one single div. Okay. And one way to do this without actually adding any additional divs to your final output is putting this thing here. That's it. Okay. It's just like a little placeholder. So before we move on, I want to make something clear, guys. React is not like, we're not writing in a different frame, like a different language here. This is still web. What happens here is that React just translates all this funny, good stuff back into regular HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I'm just here to make your lives easier. Does that make sense? Like you could just write this in regular stuff, and you would have to write more, but it would still work. So React is just, it translates this stuff. Does that make sense? You're not writing a different thing. We're still writing web code. Keep that in mind. Okay. But yeah, it just, when React compiles this, so it like translates it into regular HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, it's going to just stick this wherever the component is. That's all it's saying. Questions? Questions? Okay, so let's run our code. So you guys know how I just said we're going to compile it, we're going to translate it. When we do that, we type a command called npx webpack. Okay, npx webpack. And what it's going to do is it's going to be like, it's going to output a bunch of random stuff, and then at the end it's going to be like, haha, I'm done. Okay, but you might have to sit there for a while. Okay, so let's just all wait patiently around as we npx webpack it. And then, once you've finished, you can open this file right here. Client this index.html, and you can open it in Chrome. And ta-da, your completed profile will be right there waiting for you in its glossy glory. Now, literally all we did, npx webpack just translated that React component back there into the HTML, JavaScript, CSS that you wrote back in Workshop 0. Workshop 0, right? So now you just didn't have to write it, you just had to write a React component. And life was good.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
We have a question about something on the last slide.
Yes,
What
I
does
love a question.
export default profile do?
Aha. Oh wait, it's at the end. It's down here. Okay. Export default profile. You guys might see it at the bottom. What that's saying is like, you guys remember how up here we have import? Well, the reason we know what to import is it's because these things have exports. Alright, so if over here. Okay. So when we write export default profile down here, that means by default when I import this file, give me profile, like give me the component. Okay? So every time I import this file somewhere, export default profile, they'll read that line and be like, ah, you want profile component, don't you? And then it'll punch it over to you. Right? That's all that line is saying. Okay? Good question. Other questions? Is anyone done? Yeah.
I can't open Chrome, they don't know why.
You don't know what? Someone help. Has anyone managed to successfully open it in Chrome?
Did you write the which forms was over again?
Yeah. Oh, some people did. I didn't see any gasps of astonishment. Disappointed. Alright, well, I gasped in astonishment once it. Do you help? Or someone did. Oh, do you have a question? Okay. Okay, who's seen it already? Thumbs up if you've seen your cat book. Okay, go way a little bit more, don't worry.
Some of the logic is just
It's insane, right? It's crazy.
and that's what's used to actually render on your screen. So if you're debugging how far in the
So when you're debugging React, once we install React DevTools, it'll make it so you can kind of just like see it. Maybe you'll get it. Yeah.
Guys, one thing to know, npx webpack is gonna take like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
There's no progress bar. It'll just take 30 seconds.
Yeah, it'll be a hot
Stop
second.
outputting anything. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, just chill. Let it do its thing. It's old machinery. Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should put the progress flag. Has anyone else finished webpacking? Thumbs up if you're done. Okay, most people. So let's kind of get it. So who's seen their thing now on Chrome? Thumbs up, guys. Okay, good. Most people. Good. So npx webpack. All that's saying is, hey, take all these components and stick them in to bundle.js. So bundle.js is just a JavaScript file, right? Just some file that's sitting there, and you import it into your HTML, and then all your React code has been compiled in JavaScript. It's like, wow. Okay. Now, that took a while, right? That was pretty slow. So, when you're developing, you don't want to have to change one line of code, like change one tiny HTML tag, and then re-npx webpack, wait 30 seconds, and then reopen the file. That's super annoying. So we've set up some tools for you That will make your life a little bit easier. And there's this thing called the React hot loader, which basically what it does is it's like kind of like a spy in your code. Like we'll say your code. It's like, all right, here's what it should look like, and then every time you change something, it's like, aha, it'll look like this now, and it'll automatically update your website for you. So you don't need to like rerun anything. Okay. Now, when you run npm run hot loader, our hot loader will start, and then it'll start looking at our code. Be like, okay, I see it, okay? And then every time you make changes, your page will update. So what I want you guys to do now is run the hot loader, change the description or something, change your name, I don't know, change something, and then watch the page update. Now the hot loader is great, but it's a development tool, okay? So it's just there to help you out. You could go back and npx webpack every time if you want to. I just wouldn't recommend it, okay? So when I get to that track, yeah, question.
I opened up bundle.js.
Yeah.
It's like kind of
It's a mess.
what's going on? It's like super long.
Yeah.
Why is it so complicated to just
Great question. Bundle.js is what's called minified. So what JavaScript does, or what Webpack does in this case, right? React, it will take all your components and it'll be like, what is this like most efficient way I can pack all this stuff into one file? And then it will do that, even if it looks terrible. Because like you don't care about reading bundle.js because you have your React to read, right? So it's supposed to look like that. Okay, so run your hot loader. Run your hot loader. All right, who has a hot loader working? Thumbs up? Oh, sweet. Did you guys see it like auto update? Yeah? Oh man, I was so excited when I saw my React auto update. So cool. I don't know. It's so much faster than npx webpack, so life is great. But yes, that's how it works. Questions on your hot loader? Okay. Can I get thumbs one more time to see if we can move on? Just give me thumbs if you're ready to move on. If not, it's okay. I'll do you guys like another half minute or so, okay? Just in case. And then we'll move on. So feel free to play with your React if you're done. React is very playful. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, question.
what's Babel doing here?
What does Babel do? Great question. Babel is like Google Translate. It translates that like funky syntax you see here, like all the imports and stuff, into regular JS. It's Babel, you know. You don't have to worry about it because we set it up for you. Core.
So you change it in here, and it automatically gets, also when you run that it generates.
Core, there's someone above you. Okay, can I get thumbs one more time? Are your thumbs sore by now? Sorry. There are fewer thumbs now than there were 30 seconds ago. Oh yeah, now there are more. Okay, good. All right. All right. So let's move on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to write our own component. And it'll be great, and it'll be excellent. In particular, we're going to write the navbar component. Okay, so you guys might look under your source or client source components modules, and you'll see a navbar.js and navbar.css. So what we have in the old cat book is some like navbar, right, and some CSS. And what I want you guys to do is I just want you to just copy it over from old cat book into new cat book, into this new React cat book. So if you guys go look in old index.html and old styles.css, they should be in the root folder. You guys can look at what cat book looked like in regular HTML JavaScript that works, okay? And what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to reactify it, okay? So what I want you to do is take the navbar that's inside the old index.html and create a navbar component from it. And it's okay if you don't know how to do it yet, okay? Just try your best, because I don't expect you guys to know how to write components from the get-go. So just give it your best shot, and then in a couple minutes we'll walk through how to do it together, okay? So don't worry. Just try your best, okay? Just take a stab at how this might work. And remember that when you're porting styles over, it should be, like for example, if you have .nav container as an old style, it will look like .nav bar dash container in the new style. Okay? Spoiler, stylers, the styles go in navbar.css. So give it a try. You guys can probably work with a partner next to you if you want. Try to figure it out together. React is a group activity. Brings families together. Really a tough crowd.
No, copy and paste the nav bar
If you need your help, please raise your hand. Someone will come and help you.
Oh, you can just add them.
If you look at the,
It was just a because like it wasn't. It was like yeah. No. We like create them for you. It's just like what you guys did.
You don't have to use
Yeah.
Yeah.
this issue have you ever just run into this? It seems like there's something wrong. It's alright.
It's fine.
You should be in this.
What step should they be at?
Still there. Still starting.
This is still starting.
We haven't written any code yet. Alrighty, when you're done, you guys look up. Okay, 2 people are done. Good. So this first workshop's gonna go kind of. Oh, I'm not. This first workshop might go a little bit quickly because you guys are just starting with React, but don't worry, it'll get easier as we go. Okay. But in the interest of time, I'll probably move on soon. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you're done? Okay, we'll take a little more time. Okay. Jess, good question. I think she had a question. Go on the lights.
So that's already in it. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look together. Okay. Let's come back together. So here's what we got. So basically, what we want to do is move over the styles into navbar.css, right? Move over the HTML to the components. So let's look at the styles first. So here's what I came up with, right? So what we've basically done is we've taken the old styles for container and title, and we just pasted them into these new styles. So just changing the names. Yeah? Yeah.
How does it know where to find the CSS variable?
How does it know where to find the CSS? Right there. We import it.
Oh, what do you?
Or this is for profile, but navbar does the same thing. Right? Or did you guys import it yet? Is it importing navbar? We'll need to import it. No. Sorry. But yeah, we'll do that in a second. So So here's CSS, right? And here's the React component. So what I've done here, all I've done is I copy pasted the nav bar from old index.html and then changed the class to class name and changed the new styles. That's all I did. Okay? And don't worry if you didn't get this yet. We're gonna all get on the same page in a second. So the question was, how do we know where the CSS is? Well, it's right here. You import CSS at the very top. Okay? So every time you import the unique CSS, you just import it at the very top. So you can follow. Does anyone have any questions on this particular part that we just did? So guys, this is a confusing chunk. So if you have questions, please ask. Please ask. Does anyone want to see the CSS again? No? People are fine with this? Okay. I'll pause for a moment. You guys feel good? Okay. So don't worry about copying this down now if you didn't get it. It's totally fine. Let's what we'll do is you can just get it by going to the next step. Okay? This will automatically get the code for you. It's okay if you weren't able to figure it out on the first try. I don't expect you guys to be able to write components from the get-go, okay? So don't be discouraged if you guys didn't manage to write it all out. It's fine. You guys will get more practice. But for now, you can just do git checkout workshop dash step 1, and that will bring you up to date where we are now. Okay? It'll bring you up to date. I'll take the time to pause, see as they caught up, and then do people feel? Does anyone have questions? Questions? Okay. Is everybody caught up? Can we get a thumbs on each caught up? Yeah, some people caught up. If you haven't caught up, let's check out here. If you're stuck, please raise your hand so a staff member can help you. Aaron, up there. Okay, one more time. Thumbs for who started with workshop step 1. Who's here? Please give me thumbs, guys, because I can't move on without everybody giving thumbs. Or like most people. Okay, so I'm most people. That's great. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add state. If you feel free to raise your hand. Raise your hand. You're stuck. Okay, so we're going to add state to our component now. Okay? And here's how we're going to do that. So now what we want to do is we want to add the cat happiness counter as a state. As a state. And remember, it needs to be a state in profile. Right? So let's review our componentry. This is what we got, right? You have an app, navbar, profile, cat happiness. Now, question. Where does the state for cat happiness live? Because it might be a bit counterintuitive. It doesn't actually live in this thing. Okay, why not? Hi. Yes.
In the profile because you need to know that to make the count.
Exactly. Cat happiness has to live in profile because profile has the profile picture you're clicking to change the cat happiness, so it can't live lower. Very good. So profile has the state cat happiness. So first, let's take a look at the skeleton. Okay, so if you just open the skeleton for cat happiness, this is what we get. So let's just run through really fast. You have a constructor, you have render. I didn't put component mount in here, so that just means on mount, just don't do anything, just like chill. Okay. And then we're gonna return this chunk of divs that I just wrote for you guys, right? And that's it. That's it, right? Okay, so it's a pretty simple component. It's just a box. It's just a box. So let us take a look. So where should the cat happiness state live? Right here. Okay, we just have it. So a diagram can smell like this, right? So you have a profile component. So with some state, and we pass that as a property down the cat happiness component. And our cat happiness component will use that property to render. Right? That happiness is a counter. Right? So, where should we initialize the state? Pop quiz. Where? Inside constructor, quote amount, or inside render? Constructor. Good. Yeah, inside constructor. Good. So let's initialize the state. So inside the state inside the constructor for profile, we're just gonna write this. This dot state equals cat happiness, and we'll initialize it to 0. Initialize 0. That's true. Oh, do you have a question for me or just for yourself? Okay. So we'll just be like, all right, for now, our state is going to be cat happiness 0. Right, Devin, can you look up? All right, beautiful face. Cool. Yeah, questions? You need help? Is this supposed to be what? You mean this thing? Super props? Sorry, one more time. Oh, after 0, there's supposed to be a comma. It's optional in JavaScript. Like, ending commas are optional, and you don't have to have anyone. It's like, yeah.
It's good practice to make it an object in case you have more things to say.
Yeah. Yeah, you always make it an object. State is an object, always. Even if you have one thing in it. Okay? So now, what we're going to do is we're going to import our component into profile, right? Because we need to stick it somewhere inside profile. Cat happiness is a child of profile, so we need to import it into profile. Okay? So we'll do that here. Right there, right? We'll import the cat happiness component. Questions? Okay, give me thumbs. Who's done importing? Okay, we'll see. So now, our last thing for pushing down the pop now is passing down the pop, right? That's not pop. So, first thing we need to do is we need to add in the cat happiness component to profile.js. Where should we add it? Which function? Which function does cat happiness component go in? Anyone? Where should we go, guys? Come on. I believe in you. What is the cat happiness component? What is it? It's something we see, right? So where does it go? Render. Good. It's render. Somebody had pity on me. Great. Okay, so yeah, it's render, right? So you put the cat happiness component inside render. So generally, you want to make it look similar to About Me and My Favorite Cat, which are already in profile. And so what I want you guys to try to do now is just add the cat happiness component inside the render function in profile. Right? I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes for that. You guys work with people around you? Try to figure out where to put it. Okay, so hopefully got something like this. Right. So this should be what you guys stick in the render. Yeah? So instead of the My Favorite Cat and stuff, we insert pretty much a clone in between them. Okay? And instead of text for like My Favorite Cat, We just put the cat happiness counter. Right? Questions on this? Questions? So we're just declaring that in our render, this is where cat happiness will be. Cool. Now, what's this guy right here? What's that? Why just circle? Circling badly. What did I block out? What did I block out with the white square? Thoughts? Anyone? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's basically the prop that we're passing down, right? Which in this case is this dot state dot cat happiness. Yeah. Reasonable stuff, right? And we're just passing that down. Okay, so now our profile component, who's the parent of the cat happiness component, is like, hey you, cat happiness, your counter is 0. Or it's whatever my state is. So I tell you what to do and you just render it. And it's passing it down. Sweet. Okay, questions on this part? Good. Okay. Now, inside of cat happiness, right, we probably want to render the actual happiness. Yeah? So, inside the cat happiness component, what's in the white box there? What's in the white box? Yeah.
This props happiness.
Perfect, right? You guys see how simple that is? Like, passing the prop down is just putting it in the component declaration in the previous guy, right? Just putting it right there. And then when you want to use it, you just say, this.prop stuff happens. Great job, A+. Okay. You just put it in. Does anyone have any questions? How we got here so far? Yeah.
I'm confused about where navbar is being displayed from.
Where navbar is displayed from? That's a good question. So if you guys go to app.js, I think it's declared in there. Yeah. So everything inherits from app. I should include that in the slides. We'll include that for next year. But inside app, you guys can see the navbar. Hopefully, if it happens. And that's where it is. Okay, so once you're done with that, you guys can run the hot loader again, or if it's already running, just keep it running. And then go to localhost 5000 and check out your cat happiness. Take a look at it. It's sweet. Excellent. So we have a question up there. Okay. Do you have a question? The sync? So this is just looks very similar to everything else, right? Except instead of text, you just put your cat happiness component. Yeah, do you need help? Shan. Up the very top, all of you. Yeah, get your workout. Get your steps in. Okay. Has anyone seen their cat happiness counter? Can I get thumbs? Who's seen it? Thumbs. Okay, a couple people. I'm gonna wait a little bit, okay? I'm gonna wait a little bit.
So mine is all if it's all white, I can do an arrow across the no, in the yeah, the console.
I'm gonna move it forward a little bit, okay? Oh, it's here.
You can just right click and what is there? Oh, that means it's already.
Yeah, question.
What's the, why is profile and pages and everything else in like what
Good
makes
question.
a profile page?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're going to talk about that later when we talk about our skeleton we could do. The question was, why is profile and I think home? Is that? I think no, it's just profile. Profile and pages and everything else in modules. Profile is like a upper level component that defines the whole page. Right? It's like one particular page. Modules are like things you put into pages.
It was already running.
That's kind of like a component hierarchy that we're enforcing upon you.
It was already running.
You don't have to follow it. So you can just put everything under components you want to, right? It's like not, you don't have to split it further. But it just makes your life easier. We have a question there? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna move on in like 30 seconds.
Why are you modifying this? We're supposed to add a third.
Okay, let's do one more check. Who can see their thing? Can I get thumbs? Okay. Is everybody else not there yet? Because if so, we probably won't move on. Take a little more time. If you're stuck, please raise your hand, guys. Okay. Hi. Do you have a question there? What's up? Oh, you know. Aaron.
Raise your hand.
Oh. Oh. Okay, so. I didn't actually put
That means that you're not, that you close the tab that was running the server. So just run that.
Okay, guys, so for a second time, we're gonna move on now, okay? We're gonna move on now. It's okay if you're not there yet. We can get caught up. Workshop 1, step 2. So let's check out that. And last step, we're almost there. We're almost there. I know. React is a lot. But you guys are doing great. You guys are doing excellent.
So I don't have that.
Okay. Once you guys are here, can you look up? So let's get to workshop 1, step 2. Workshop 1, step 2. And now we want to change cat happiness when we click on the profile picture, right? That's our next step. Okay? But first, let's create a new function. So remember, each component is allowed to change its own state, right? But other components can only change it if we pass in a function. You guys remember our Airbnb carousel example? Right? In order to change the picture, we have to pass in a function that allows it to change it. Same thing here. Same thing here. So we're going to pass in this increment cat happiness function. So first let's define it. Okay, first let's create an empty shell for it. So go on and write in this, write in constructor. You can write anywhere you want, but this is a good place. Okay.
Why do you not need const or what in front of this? I don't know if you want to explain.
We didn't give them any functions that cost that.
Or as in, like, why do you not need to define? Like, is this a class method? Or you know, I don't know if it's worth explaining. But, not really.
Okay, so we have some function that increments our cat happiness for us. Obviously right now it does nothing. But hopefully, in a few minutes, it will actually do something for us. Okay. So, now we want to add an on-click event to our profile picture. Okay, so you guys know in our React stuff, we've given them like class names, right? We've given them props. We've given them pass all these things in by like something equals something, right? You can do the same thing with on-click. Same thing. So you guys remember a couple hours ago, Matt told us how we do on-click events in HTML. In React, it's really similar. Just looks like that. So inside our profile picture, which is a profile, right? You can find this div and say, okay, when we click it, on click, we'll define a function. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to increment the cat happiness. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So when this is clicked, increment our cat happiness. So now whenever someone clicks on profile picture, it'll just constantly call the function over and over. If you're stuck, please raise your hand. Raise your hand, we'll help you. Can I get thumbs, guys? So I know I've been asking you to flex your thumbs a lot, but honestly, sometimes I don't know where you guys are, so I really need to know. Because I don't want to go too fast, I don't want to go too slow. So please vote. Who's there? Okay, so some people are not there yet, but it looks like 70% of you guys are here. Okay, if you're stuck, please raise your hand, and we'll come around. We'll come around and help. This workshop has been going fast, I know, but we're trying. Okay, so whenever we click, it'll call this increment cat happiness. But right now, increment cat happiness does jack. It like doesn't do anything, right? So it just kind of chills. So we actually need to make cat happiness do something. Okay, so remember, how do we change state? I heard it. Yeah, this dot set state. Nice. All right. You guys learned something today. You know what? My mission's done. Okay. So you guys decided that it's this dot set state, right? I don't want to see any of y'all writing this dot state equals something. Because that's what noobs do, and you guys aren't noobs anymore, right? So oh wait, this is not the right way, right? I had a slide for this. Wow, this is gonna be so dramatic. Oh, well. Is this the right way to do it? No, it's not. Okay, so this is not the right way. We do it like this. So we say, we're gonna say this dot set state, cat happiness is gonna be the original state plus 1. Right? Original state plus 1. And that's gonna increment by 1. Take a moment for that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have questions up there. Do you guys have any help or questions? Help? Any questions on this? So you guys know how to set state now. That's excellent. I'm glad. Okay, so always set state like this. And now we can just run hot loader, or if you already ran it, just leave it running. And then we have someone who's help over here. Shan. And then go to the cat happiness and start clicking the profile picture and watch it go. Hey, that's what I want to see. Excellent. I'm so proud of you guys. Yeah, go ahead. This one?
I've got like quite a few back. And so where are you like talking about most like?
This one?
Yeah, why are there so many? Why is this stuff like happiness in
We'll talk about that in a second. Good question. Is anyone cooking their cat? Do you have a help? Question?
It seems that semicolons are optional in some contexts, but I'm a little bit still not clear on what you do and do not use them.
Use them. So in JavaScript, use semicolons. Otherwise, we'll judge you, but your browser will not. So in JavaScript, if you want to use semicolons, we'll be happy. If you don't use semicolons, we'll frown at you angrily, and then your code will still work. Okay. In HTML, no semicolons. Semicolons come after like a style.
There's some edge cases where semicolons are useful, so just get in the habit of adding semicolons in.
Yeah. Please. Yeah.
But they will not save you.
They will not save you. They could hurt you in small cases, but very rarely, I guess. JavaScript doesn't require semicolons. But it's a good habit to start writing with semicolons. So do that.
Why did we use let or const in increment cat?
Great question. Why do we not use let or const in increment cat happiness? That's over here. Because this is a class method. Okay, so it's like part of the class. So when we do this dot increment cat happiness, that's referring to the fact that this increment cat happiness is part of this class. Okay, it's a class method is what it's called. If we had done const, then we can kill this or something, but it doesn't really matter at the end. In general, I put all my class methods without let or const. Okay? But if you're defining functions, right, and you want to refer to them, you can put a const before it. Another question we had was, why do we have this function syntax? It's a really good question. So why is it like this? Why do we have parentheses, arrow, blah, blah, blah? So I'll ask you guys a question. Okay? Let's say we decided that incrementing our cat happiness by 1 was not cool enough, and we want to increment by 2. because we're hipsters, and hipsters increment their happiness. Okay? But we can't change the original function at all. So how we do it here? Yeah. Yeah, you just put this twice. Okay, so what we've done, yeah, I know, it's kind of silly, but what we've done here is we define a new function whose only job is to increment happiness. You could instead do onClick equals this.increment happiness and be done. But I want you guys to get in the habit of just defining a new function because it gives you more utility. Like you can put more stuff in it if you wanted to. Right? Let's say you want to increment happiness and increment dog happiness, then you can put them together. Right? That's why, essentially.
And the outer curly braces are like just telling it that now we have JavaScript.
Yeah. The outer curly braces are like, this is what happens in the home. This is JavaScript. All right, who can click their cat happiness? Oh, heck yeah. Love it. All right. Well, if you can't, that's okay. You can go to the complete, you guys all did great, and increment your cat happiness. Now, before we end today, I left 10 minutes on purpose. We kind of yeeted our way through this workshop because we have some more things to do. So, first things first, just a quick tip on some stuff. All right, this is completely improvised, so this is going to be fun. I love improvising, don't you guys all? Okay, so we're going to hold it up. Oh, I already have it right here. Okay, so what is this? Oh, this is Capital React. Okay, so here's how I usually do stuff. Okay, so, oh, I can't see. LS? Okay. Yeah, so, generally when I'm developing,
Make it bigger.
okay, so if you have a Mac like on Terminal, you can open a new tab with Control or Command T, and it will open a new dude for you to do stuff in. Okay, and what I like to do is I run my hot loader in here. I can't spell. My butterfly keyboard is bad. Okay, anyways, so this is running my hot loader, and then in my other tab, I like do git shenanigans, right? So I like do like git status and all kinds of other shenanigans. Okay, so this way you don't have to quit out your hot loader every time you do something. But let's say you want to quit out your hot loader. The correct answer is not just to quit the window because that will leave it running. The correct answer is to type Control-C and then it'll quit. Okay? So make sure you quit your processes because otherwise you're going to have hot loaders running all over the place and then that's annoying. Okay? Any questions on this? Aaron?
What does the error look like if you by accidentally left your hot loader running?
It says port occupied or something.
Yes. Do you want to just do it? You just want to.
Yeah. All right, kids. Strap in for some fun errors. All right, so npm run hot loader, and then we'll open a new tab. So let's say I decided to leave that guy running, and I run a new one. Oh no!
That EA
Here.
drive in use.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That means that your hot loader is running somewhere else, and that's that. Okay? Questions? Yeah.
Instead of trying to figure out where you started it, or if you closed it, you can't go to it, can you just use like Unix commands like PS?
Yeah. And guys, before we end this workshop, I will leave you with something that's pretty important. We're gonna go. Okay, actually, let's not go to Slack. That's terrible. Where's the link for the? Do you want to send it out on the So in React, right? So when you guys are doing stuff with regular HTML and CSS, you could inspect your stuff, right? You can see it on your console in your Chrome. In React, we have a tool that helps us with that, and it'll make your lives a lot easier. It's called the React Development Tool. What's it called?
People don't know that. Yet.
Oh, they don't know. We didn't do that. Okay. Well, so one thing you can do when you're on your React Dev Tools. Why does my Chrome work? Where's Chrome? I'm bad. All right. Okay, so you can inspect, and out here will pop a lovely little window that has all kinds of fun tools. But the one you're interested in is, where's mine? Over here probably. It's like over here. You can look at your components. Holy dude, there's a profile here, right? Like a nav bar. And you can look at all the props and the states that you have using this tool. Okay. So homework, install the dev tool so you can use it for future development. Okay? And if you need help, post Piazza, come to Cyrus and we'll help you out.
These dev tools are a Chrome extension, by the way.
Yeah, they're a Chrome extension.
There's also extensions for other browsers, but you just have to Google it.
We've included the link for Chrome and Firefox.
Yep.
It does not exist for Safari.
So we support Chrome and Firefox in this class. Chrome is good, I recommend it. But if you go to that link, it'll tell you all you need to know. And I would say that.
Is any Chromium browser okay?
Chromium okay?
It should be.
Should be okay, as far as I know.
But even if React DevTools can't be installed, it's not the end of the world.
Okay, any last questions about React, guys? Because I know today was a yeet and a half. Anyone? Okay, great. You guys did awesome today. We'll see you all tomorrow.